The best young Sheldon quotes from every season ranked. Young Sheldon is more than just a prequel to The Big Bang Theory. It's a heartfelt, funny, and surprisingly insightful journey through the early years of Sheldon Cooper. While the show is packed with clever quips, endearing wisdom, and hilariously awkward moments, some quotes stand out above the rest. Whether they made us laugh, cry, or contemplate the universe, these lines capture the essence of young Sheldon. Here's a ranking of the best quote from every season so far with context and why it deserves its spot. 7. Season 1. I'm not crazy. My mother had me tested. Episode. Pilot. This is the line that connects young Sheldon to the Big Bang Theory in the most iconic way possible. Fans of the original series will remember Sheldon repeating this line frequently in his adult years. Hearing young Sheldon say it in the pilot not only delighted fans but also established the tone of his character, logical, literal, and deeply self-aware in the most Sheldon-esque way. The line is delivered after someone questions his unusual behavior. In true Sheldon fashion, he doesn't get defensive, he simply provides data. It's dry, brilliant, and immediately recognizable. It's not just a callback, it's a declaration of identity. Why it ranks here, while it's iconic and nostalgic, it's more of a reference than a truly original quote, hence its spot at number 7. 6. Season 2, When Someone Is Mean to Me, I Want to Understand Why. Episode, A Financial Secret and Fish Sauce. This quote shows Sheldon's developing emotional intelligence. When Missy asks why he doesn't retaliate against bullies, he responds with this quiet insight. It reveals a lot about his character. He's curious even about cruelty. While most kids might lash out or shrink away, Sheldon's instinct is to analyze. This season saw Sheldon beginning to explore the complicated human dynamics around him. This quote encapsulates that theme perfectly, showing how logic sometimes crosses paths with empathy. Why it ranks here, it's a sign of character growth and sets up how Sheldon's scientific mindset impacts his emotional development, but it's not quite as memorable as others. 5. Season 3, Sometimes Science is More Art Than Science. Episode, The Sin of Greed and a Chimichanga from Kai Kai's. Here, Sheldon borrows a line from his future self, but this time it hits with even more meaning. This episode finds Sheldon dealing with a complicated experiment and realizing that the scientific process isn't always about formulas and facts. It's also about creativity, intuition, and yes, failure. The beauty of this quote lies in its irony. Sheldon is typically the most rigid thinker in the room, but this season starts to push his boundaries. He learns that the world doesn't always fit into neatly labeled boxes. It's the beginning of a philosophical evolution. Why it ranks here, the quote is clever, ironic, and shows Sheldon's growing awareness of the messiness of life, but its meaning is still unfolding in his journey. 4. Season 4, Change Isn't Always Bad. Sometimes it's just different. Episode, Graduation. Season 4 marks a turning point in Sheldon's life as he graduates high school and prepares for college. This quote, said during a surprisingly reflective moment, showcases the vulnerable side of Sheldon we rarely get to see. He's always resisted change, and this quote shows that he's learning to accept it. As Sheldon moves from the safety of high school into the adult world, he confronts uncertainty with surprising maturity. Why it ranks here, it's a profound moment for Sheldon and resonates deeply with anyone facing life transitions. It's not just about a character, it's a universal truth. 3. Season 5, You Don't Have to Understand Someone to Be Kind to Them. Episode, A Free Scratcher and Feminine Wiles. This quote, spoken by Mary to Sheldon, is one of the most impactful lines in the series. Sheldon is struggling to comprehend the emotional needs of someone he doesn't relate to, and Mary gently reminds him that kindness doesn't require comprehension, just compassion. This season delves into more adult territory, dating, beliefs, relationships, loss, and this quote serves as a moral compass. It becomes a lesson not just for Sheldon, but for viewers too. Why it ranks here, it's emotionally resonant, thematically rich, and one of the most quoted lines of the show's later seasons. It stands out for its moral clarity. 2. Season 6, Sometimes the Smartest Thing You Can Do Is Admit You Don't Know. Episode, A Baby Shower and a Testosterone-Rich Banter. Season 6 explores the idea that intelligence doesn't always equal wisdom. This quote comes at a pivotal moment when Sheldon is forced to confront the limits of his knowledge. It's humbling and essential, not just for a boy genius, but for anyone navigating life. What makes this quote so powerful is that it goes against everything Sheldon usually believes. He prides himself on knowing everything, but here, he takes a step toward maturity by admitting he doesn't. Why it ranks here, it's deeply insightful, signals growth, and flips Sheldon's core identity in a brave way, earning its high ranking. 1. Season 7, even when I was alone, I wasn't lonely. I had science. Episode, A New Weather Girl and the Stay-at-Home Coddler. This line is the culmination of everything young Sheldon has built. By Season 7, Sheldon is preparing for another leap forward in his academic life, and he reflects on his childhood. This quote is bittersweet, touching, and reveals the true heart of the character. For all his quirks and social challenges, Sheldon has always had one constant companion, science. It comforts him, inspires him, and gives him purpose. It's more than a career. It's his first love. Why it ranks #1. It's poetic, deeply personal, and explains the core of who Sheldon Cooper is. It's a love letter to knowledge and an elegy for a lonely but extraordinary childhood. Honorable mentions? It's not bragging if it's true. Season 1, Classic Sheldon. Brimming with confidence, often mistaken for arrogance, but technically accurate. Theoretical physics is the bacon of the science world. Season 3, hilariously specific and wildly relatable, only Sheldon could compare quantum mechanics to breakfast meat. I love you, but that doesn't mean I have to like you right now. Missy, Season 5, a brutally honest sibling moment that feels incredibly real and hilariously biting. Why would I want to be normal? That sounds boring. Season 2, the ultimate Sheldon mantra. A celebration of weirdness in a world that prizes conformity. The evolution of a catchphrase machine. What makes these quotes so special is not just how clever or touching they are, but how they track Sheldon's growth. In the early seasons, his lines are mainly about proving his intelligence or deflecting emotion. But as the show evolves, so does Sheldon. His quotes shift from cold facts to warm insights, reflecting a slow but real emotional development. This quote evolution mirrors the broader journey of young Sheldon. It began as a sitcom spin-off and became a nuanced, often profound story about growing up different and finding peace with that difference. Final thoughts. The best young Sheldon quotes aren't just funny, they're windows into the mind of a brilliant, misunderstood, and often endearing young boy. Each season gives us a new piece of the puzzle, adding emotional depth to the character we thought we already knew from the Big Bang Theory. Whether Sheldon is making us laugh with his scientific metaphors or quietly breaking our hearts with reflections on loneliness, the one thing we can count on is that he'll always say something worth remembering. In a world full of noise, young Sheldon continues to offer quotes that don't just entertain, they resonate. And if that's not worth quoting, what is? Let me know if you like a companion focused on Sheldon and Mary's dynamic.